Alright, Saltaholics, welcome back to the channel. It's Salty Reflections with Stephanie and Oliver Chavis. And we are in the beautiful Beaufort, South Carolina on a barrier island. We're gonna find some shells today, hopefully. Come along with us and continue this beach walk. Back on the same pile of shells that I was on when we ended the last video. Beautiful olive shell right there, still has its sheen. Really pretty, the lettered olive, South Carolina state shell. We've already found some amazing things this trip, so if you guys haven't seen our videos before, or you haven't seen the last couple or before this, make sure you check those out. Beautiful piece of coral. The last couple trips I've been searching these tiny piles, looking for tiny shells versus all the big whelks that we normally find. The auger. Little itty bitty shark eye shell. Black jingle shell. Another shark eye shell. It does have the characteristic drill hole in it, which means another univalve actually made it into a snack, ate that shell, or it ate the animal, which is called the shark eye snail that built this shell. Look at that little whelk. That's a pretty one. Two pretty olives. They're both a little beat up and broken up, but still beautiful. Pretty little clam shell. Another auger. And another. That one's pretty. I love those. I know you guys hear me say that a lot. I love a lot of them. Matter of fact, I love all of them. Little murex. Periwinkle. Oh man, that was a nice tip off of a drill, looks like. Oh, look there, I almost turned and missed it. That's just a part of it, but baby's ear. Pretty, almost white jingle. Oh, look at the inside of it. It's almost white with a green baby's foot on the inside. Really pretty. Oliver's coming back with an armload.
Hey Steph, could you show these guys and tell them about these shells for me?
Sure. Careful with that sand dollar there he's got. That's pretty. It's got some beautiful whelks here. Look at all these. Gorgeous, aren't they? Two really pretty olives as well. Pretty sand dollar. It is dead already. It doesn't have any of its cilia on the back at all. And what's on the front is dead. And lots of really beautiful whelks. Ooh, look at that one. There for now.
That one's really thick.
Mm-hmm. It is. It's heavy. This one's cute. This one right here would be good to try with that muriatic acid because it looks like the colors in it would be really pretty under that calcium layer. And that's got pretty orange interior too. Here's the shark eye. That one's pretty, got that black center. Ooh, look at that little whelk there. Another really pretty little whelk. A piece of coral. Another piece of coral. Shark eye. See that little drill hole? Probably 80 to 90% of the ones we find have a drill hole in them. Like that one. A lot of times the clam shells, the different types of arcs and clams, they'll have that same drill hole as well, where some univalve has eaten them. They are carnivores like most of us, so they eat meat. They work for it when they do too. They have to attach themselves to that shell and use their little parts of whatever, I guess you would consider that a mouth or a drill or whatever, but attaches itself to that shell and drills a hole in it. Injects like a fluidy type solution into it as it does that, which kills the animal that's inside of it, basically liquefies it as it sucks it out. And there's a pretty little olive. Yep, snacked on again. But of course that's what all these little animals actually did, this one included, and all these other little tiny ones. Until they were snacked on themselves, they were making snacks out of other people. Or other shells, I shouldn't say other people. I don't want anybody to take me literally. Look at that beautiful olive. Gorgeous. Let's wipe it off on my pants a little bit, clean some of that sand off. Gorgeous. Oh, and look at there. You guys were almost gonna let me miss that. How many of you guys had seen it and was saying, pick it up, don't miss it? Because y'all know if I see it, I'm probably gonna love it. There's a beat up little whelk. We've seen some better days for sure. And that olive. That olive as well. Really big slipper shell. Ooh, look at that pretty olive. Bottom part of a drill. Oh, that was a nice one. Broken on the side. Beautiful olive there. Compared to that bleached out olive. Look how much the sun has bleached it out. That little tiny pear wilk. Losing daylight, guys. You can see the shadows getting longer. But I had enough light to see that. Baby's ear. Love them, love them. Try to get you guys where y'all can see it. Another baby's ear. A slipper shell. Make my way back over here to the wagon to empty my pockets. Look at all these goodies I have in my pockets. I'll walk a little ways since I know I looked over some of that already. Look what we have here. Balloon trash. It's heavy. It's filled in with dirt. While I'm loading that up though, I saw a pretty piece of coral right here on the ground. As well as a pretty broken, but really pretty knobbed whelk. Piece of a pear wilk. piece of a shark eye shell. A white, almost clear baby's foot or jingle shell. Part of the drill shell, I guess. Coral. And then look at the little treat we have here. There's a little whelk shell. And there's another little whelk. Beautiful. Really pretty shark eye. You know, its hole was started, but it's not actually opened all the way up. So it may have gotten away. And look there on top of that pile. A baby's ear. Love those. Coral. Coral. More coral. Oh, won't. Thought it was going to be a whole one, but it wasn't. That's an interesting color. Little jingle. A broken auger. Little piece of a sea urchin hanging out right next to this little channel whelk. Oh, that's broken too, but that's okay. Still beautiful. Another piece of sea urchin. And that's a pretty shark eye there. Pretty piece of coral. Baby's ear. Oh my gosh, I love these. Have y'all heard me say that yet? I love these. So I'm just crouching down and then just kind of surveying all around me. So a couple pretty cool things here. The jackknife razor clam with a piece of sea urchin. A whole one would be nice of those today too. A pretty auger. Oh, that's a cool slipper shell. It's got the different colorations. Pretty olive hiding out right there in plain sight. Look at that shark eye. That was cool. It's got a really cool color pattern. Ooh, look at that big drill. It's got a little hole in it. Shark eye shell. Take a couple steps and I'm gonna stop again and look some more. Another shark eye shell. That looks pretty typical. Oop, I was about to step on away, but look at that pretty little whelk. Tornado in there. An auger. An olive shell. Pretty auger. So do most of you guys want to look through the shell pile with me like you've been doing for the last couple episodes, or would you prefer me just to show you the shells I find? Like, here's this, here's that, here's this. All right, Saltaholics, I've got these shells laid out from what we found on our shelling trip yesterday. Cleaned them all last night so you guys can see what they look like all clean without all the sand on them. So we're gonna take a look at them a little closer up. So as you saw, I was shelling in the smalls, but Oliver, he walked around and got some of the larger pieces. He found some nice whelks. A big channel whelk. Pretty orange lightning whelk. And then the rest of these bigger ones are all knobbed whelks. And a pear whelk. And then some tiny whelks. And there's a couple channel whelks, one little pear whelk up on the upper right side. And then some small little knobbed whelks. Look how tiny compared to some of those bigger whelks. All right, and then he found some pretty pieces of driftwood. Pretty sand dollar. I haven't bleached it out yet. It's bleached pretty well on the back. A cockle shell. Some augers. Shark eye shells. You can just see the different variations of the different colors that the shark eye shells come in. Makes them all pretty and unique. Got all the olives lined up here. You can see those are really big olives. Oliver found those big too. Showed them to you guys. You can see how pretty they are. Couple angel wings, little small ones. Some pretty little clam shells with those little stripes on them. Another little clam. And here we have the jingle shells. Some really pretty ones. Look at the differences in those. They're different shapes, the different imprint that the jingle actually made inside the shell, and even just the different colors that the jingle mark made inside that shell. I really like this white one right here. The imprint in it is almost like a hunter green color. That's unusual. Most of them are either kind of black or gray or white, as you can see. And this is probably one of my favorite jingles that we found. I want to showcase this jingle to you guys since I didn't have it on camera. But look how pretty, how symmetrical. Very pretty. Gold and silver with a little bit of black at the tip. Very iridescent. As well as some coral pieces. And love, love, love these baby's ears. Found a good many of those again today. It's the reason I tried to talk Oliver into going back shelling today, so we could see if we could find some more, since we found some on our last trip. A couple drill shells here. And then 3 keyhole limpets. We found a few of those in the last couple days. So those are fun too, because we don't usually find those a lot here. 2 really worn, I'm gonna say they're probably apple murex. They could be lace, but they're so worn it's hard to tell. A couple other little snail shells. I'm not sure what these are. These are the ones I asked you guys if y'all know what they are to let me know. Some broken little pieces of sea urchin and some slipper shells, from a pretty good size one down to a teeny tiny little one. And a couple other cool finds Oliver found while he was walking looking through the big stuff. This is a bullet casing. It says M43 on the bottom. Haven't really looked it up to see if it has any information on it. Some of you guys may know, but we think it could be, you know, pretty old. We know they do use that area for some military training. This clear glass bottle, we have not looked it up yet, but it does have some imprint on the bottom. Some of you guys that are into glass and bottles may know more about it. I'm trying to give you guys a good view of what the bottom imprints look like. In case you do have any information, you can pass it along. It does have a screw on top. The metal screw on top is still on it. Then this one, he's super excited about. We are. And he looked this one up. And on the bottom, like he said when he showed it to you guys, it says Ellenville Glass Works. I'm trying to get it where you guys can see it, with 3 little dots in the center. So he did see some like this, and this came from Ellenville, New York, is where they produced this bottle in the 1860s to 1880s. So that's really fun find, really cool. But we are glad you guys went shelling with us today. We hope y'all have enjoyed it as much as we have enjoyed it. Make sure you give the video a like and subscribe if you haven't yet. Share us with your friends that love shelling or love the beach. And don't forget to check us out on Facebook as well. We have a Facebook page where we post our videos for those who don't do YouTube as well. And also we have a Facebook group page where you can interact with us, and when we post some pictures, other people post pictures of things they like to do as well. So join that and get to know us a little better. We can get to know you guys and see what fun stuff y'all are doing. And again, we just thank you guys for watching. We appreciate your support for the channel, and we hope you have a great day. Stay safe.